till now we considered two different ways how you can able to represent the prime number detector in data flow description style. Okay, the first type we considered the AND level. So AND output level, from there onwards we started and we propagated to the output side. So by means of that, where it requires 5 concurrent statements within the architecture body, and while coming for the second type, there we started from the first level, that is from inverter level. So because of that, where it requires 8 concurrent statements. So we can also able to represent in another way, third way. So by means of considering the level of output itself. Okay. So here in the third type, so what I am going to consider is, so here I am going to represent the output directly, that means third level output, which is F, directly with respect to inputs I am defining. Okay, so the advantage of considering that particular one is number of statements we can able to decrease. So if I consider the output itself, based on that I am writing the expression, then by means of using single concurrent statement, so we can able to achieve the operation of that particular prime number detector. Anyway, previous two examples you already saw. So based on that, so next let me explain the third one. Okay, here I am going to consider the output as the level. Okay, that means OR gate output itself I am going to consider. Based on that, I am writing the equation. Because of that, anyway, compared to previous two models, architecture only is going to differentiate. So in that regard, I am writing program of architecture itself. Other than that, library, package, entity declaration part, all are seems to be same as previous two modules. Okay, so I am writing architecture over here. So architecture starts with a keyword architecture. Architecture name we consider it as prime 4 underscore R of entity name, which is prime 4. Prime 4 is, and next we are supposed to mention the signal declarations. Okay, so as we declared in the previous two, but while coming for this particular one, here I am considering the last level, OR gate output level, that I am going to consider. That F I am going to describe with respect to inputs N0, N1, N2, N3. So here I am not going to mention any intermediate signals. Okay, so in that regard, here output is describing in terms of inputs. So for that case, there is no need to mention any internal signals. Because of that, no need to declare any signal declaration part. Okay, so that one also I will explain after writing that particular architecture body. Anyway, in this particular case, there is no required for the signal declaration part. If I consider the last level output, okay, for that I am describing the operation of that particular circuit. Okay, so let me write it. So because of there is no signal declaration, let me start with the architecture body. Starts with the keyword begin. So here my intention is using of single concurrent statement, I am supposed to explain the whole operation of prime number detector. So that I can able to achieve. So if I started at the last level, which is OR gate output level. Okay, so that output is F. And while you are writing expression on the right hand side, so all this particular one must consist of with respect to inputs only. I am going to define this particular output. I am not going to use any intermediate signals. So because of that, with respect to output only. So while coming for this, so what is the first one? Anyway, 4 inputs are those 4 itself. Okay. So to remember that particular one simply, so I mentioned over there for reference purpose only. Okay. So performing OR operation between all those itself, finally we got F value. Okay. So considering of those, so first one what we are supposed to write? N3L underscore N0. Anyway, that signal so I am not going to mention with respect to inputs itself. With respect to inputs are nothing but first I am supposed to perform the NOT of N3, then AND with N0. So that is what the first OR gate input. So in that regard, according to that I am supposed to represent this particular F I am going to mention with respect to inputs. So in that regard, first one is NOT N of 3. Okay, not N of 3 and with N of 0. So this is the first one. First input for that particular 4 input target. Here I am not describing. So if you compare with the previous one, so instead of not of N3 I mentioned N3 underscore L over there. Okay, but there I consider the intermediate signals, but here I am not going to consider any intermediate signals. here I am describing output with respect to inputs only. So because of that, while I am mentioning those inputs, what are all the operations I applied on that particular inputs to get this particular output? So all those must be described over here. Okay? So not n of 3 and n not. This is the first input for that particular 4 input target. I supposed to perform OR operation with the remaining 3 inputs. So now I am going to consider the second one. The second one is n3 bar and with n2 bar and with n1. So that I am supposed to write next. So here I am writing, continuation of that one is I am writing over here. So n3 bar, that is not n of 3 and with n2 bar, not n of 2, okay, and with n1, that is n of 1, okay. So that is what the second input for that particular 4 input target, and this one needs to perform OR operation with third one. So what is the third one? So n2 bar and with n1 and with n0, okay. So only you are supposed to mention with respect to inputs only. Because of that, n2 bar, nothing but not n of 2 and with n1, n of 1 and with n of 0. Then this one once again R with, what is the fourth input? This particular one. So n2 underscore n1l underscore n0, that is nothing but n2 and with n1 bar and with n0. So n of 2 and with not n of 1 and with n of 0. Okay. So this is the last one. So I wrote the all 4 inputs. So because of that I put a semicolon. Okay. So this is how to write a program by means of using the single statement. Okay. All these are all continuation. After all, you are supposed to write this one, and then after all, so like this. This is a continuation. So in a single statement, I described overall the functionality of that particular prime number detector. So in this way also, using of single concurrent statement also, you can able to describe the functionality. Okay. If you look at this particular one, how I described, here I considered only output with respect to inputs. If you look at the left hand side, all these signals are inputs only, n of 0, n of 1, n of 2, n of 3, all these are all inputs, all these are all predefined in entity declaration part, and F also predefined in the entity declaration part. Because of that, if you look at this particular single concurrent statement, you didn't find any intermediate signals. Without using that particular intermediate signals, directly by means of using not and or operators, directly I defined the final equation. Okay. So in this manner also you can able to describe the functionality, and finally you are supposed to close this particular architecture name, that with end architecture name, which is prime4 underscore arg. So here, because of all these whatever signals, if you look at okay, all these are all predefined in entity. Because of that, there is no signal declaration part is required. So while you are considering this type of data flow descriptions, okay. So that is what regarding this particular one. So with that, all the 3 different ways how you can able to write program for that particular prime number detector by means of using the conditional form of the concurrent signal assignment statement. So that I mentioned. So next we are going to discussing about another type of concurrent statement that we are using in data flow descriptions. So previously we discussed about the 2 models within the concurrent signal assignment statement. One is concurrent signal assignment statement without any condition, directly we are assigning, and second model is conditional form of the concurrent signal assignment statement. By means of verifying the condition, we are assigning value to the left hand side signal. So next to that, we are going to discussing about the selected signal assignment statement. This is another type of concurrent statement that we are using so within our data flow description style. Okay. So first we will look at how this syntax seems to be for this particular selected signal assignment statement. So while coming for that, so this is how the syntax seems to be. Okay. Syntax for the VHDL selected signal assignment statement. Coming to that, it starts with a keyword with, and next expression, then select. Select is a keyword. Okay. Then after that, signal name less than or equals to signal value when is a keyword, then choices. So like that, so multiple times you are supposed to represent based upon the number of choices. So multiple times you need to repeat that particular one. If with this particular one we are supposed to close, for the final one you are going to put the semicolon, but for all remaining choices, so you are supposed to put comma. Just remember that particular one, which is very, very important. Okay, so coming to this particular one, syntax. So how it is going to execute means, first it is going to evaluate this particular expression. Okay, so it is going to evaluate that particular expression. By means of that, we are going to get a particular value. That value will be verified by all these choices, whatever mentioned in that particular program. Okay, so that expression evaluate value is going to verify, compare with these particular choices, and so it matches to which particular choice, that signal value will be assigned to that left hand side signal name. So that is how that particular program is going to execute. That is nothing but, first it is going to evaluate the expression. Whatever value we got in that particular expression, it compares with all these particular choices. With which choice it matches, that particular signal value will be assigned to left hand side signal name. So that is how, okay, execution of this particular program so will happen while in the case of the selected signal assignment statement. Okay, so now considering this particular syntax, so once again we are going to write a program for prime number detector. Okay, so here I consider once again prime number detector. Anyway, library, package and entity declaration part, all those are all seems to be same as whatever we described for the previous, okay, description styles. So in that regard, only it is going to vary with respect to the architecture body. So because of that only here I consider only architecture body. Okay. So coming to this, so it starts with, and before that one more point is, while you are mentioning these particular choices, okay, so all these choices must be mutually exclusive and all choices must be inclusive. Okay, so for this particular one, so whatever possibilities are there, whatever value you are going to mention, so all possible values you are supposed to mention in that particular choices. And all these choices must be mutually exclusive. That is nothing but you should not mention the same choices in two different statements. All these choices must be mutually opposite to each other. No, same choices should be considered in two different statements. So that is the first one. And whatever possibility choices are there, all must be covered over there. And also, instead of mentioning each and every choice, okay, once, you can also mention multiple choices in a single statement by means of putting a R symbol in between them. So this is how to represent a R symbol for that. So with a vertical bar. Okay, in that particular choices, even you can able to mention single choice or multiple choices in a single statement by means of separating them. So with a R symbol, which is vertical bar. Okay, by means of representing this particular vertical bar, okay, you can able to mention multiple choices in a single statement. Okay, all these must be considered before mentioning choices for the given value, given expression. Okay, okay. So by means of knowing all these, now we can able to write a program for the, okay, prime number detector using of this particular selected signal assignment statement. Coming to that, it starts with the keyword architecture, architecture name, prime4 underscore or of entity name is. Then after that, okay, so while coming for this, is there any signal declaration is required or not? It is better after writing this particular one. So it seems to be easy for us to find out whether any declarations, signal declarations are required or not. So in that regard, so first let me start with the architecture body. So starts with keyword begin. Then considering the selected signal assignment statement, so this is the syntax for that, and considering that one, here I am representing that particular prime number detector operation. So it starts with a keyword selected signal assignment statement. It starts with the keyword with. So with expression. So here expression. So there I am mentioning, Okay, so prime number, if you want to realize, based upon the input data, you can able to mention whether the given input is a prime number or not. Okay, because of that, in expression we considered, okay, n value, where n is going to represent inputs itself. In entity part, we mentioned n in. So 3 down to 0. So because of that, all that particular n of 3 down to 0, all those 4 array elements, so we can able to get over here. Okay, all those combined I mentioned. So with n expression here I mentioned n, then select is a keyword. Okay, then after that signal name, directly I considered f. So here also I am describing the output by means of looking at the inputs itself. By means of verifying the n value itself, I am assigning value for output f. Okay. So while coming for that, so as you all know that here we consider the 4 input prime number detector. So because of that, within 4 input, anyway total 16 combinations are there from 0 to 15. So whatever prime number present in between 0 to 15, it can able to detect. So in that record, what are the prime numbers in between 0 to 15? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay, so all these are all going to present for all whenever that particular input, whether it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, if any of this particular input combination is occurred, at that time output f become 1. For all remaining cases, output become 0. So because of that, coming to this, so first I considered this particular one. So signal name f less than or equals to, signal value as 1 I am assigning because of single bit, single columns we are supposed to consider. When keyword, then choices. So here I mentioned if this particular n value is input, if I applied as 0, 0, 0, 1, that is nothing but here n is an array 3 down to 0. Because of that, the first element is n of 3, second element is n of 2, and third element is n of 1, and fourth element is n of 0. So because of that, this leftmost one belongs to n of 3. Then this one has n of 2, and this one has n of 1, and last one is n of 0. That means, so the input what we applied is, this is the binary equivalent. Okay, if you convert it to decimal, which is 1. So 1 is a prime number, for that f must be equals to 1. Because of that, whenever this particular choice is occurred at the input side, if I applied n as 0, 0, 0, 1, that means n3 is 0, n2 is 0, n1 is 0, and n of 0 is 1. If that input I applied, then output f must be equals to 1. So in the same way then, so this is not the last choice because of that comma that I mentioned. Okay, for the last choice only you are supposed to mention the semicolon. For all remaining, okay, you are supposed to put the comma itself. Next, coming to the second one, so equals to 1 when, so input is 2. So 1, 2. And what are the other prime numbers? So 3, 5, 7, 11, and 13. Okay, so here I mentioned all these in a different manner. So while coming for the third one, 1. So here I considered 3 inputs. Okay, occurrence of any one of these 3 inputs. So 1 will be assigned to f. As I mentioned previously, while you are declaring the choices, you can also able to declare multiple choices by means of separating with a or, which is a vertical bar. So this vertical bar means simply or operation. That means either this one or this one or this one. If any one is true, then obviously this one will be assigned to f. Okay, so this vertical bar simply is going to represent the just or operation. Okay, so any one true means then one will be assigned to f. Okay, so because of that, multiple choices also you can able to mention in a single statement by means of separating them with the R symbol, which is vertical bar. And next to that, 2 more choices we didn't cover. Because of that, so those are all 11 and 13. So those 2 will be mentioned in this particular step. So next to that, 0 when others. So this is one more important thing. In choices, in the last choice, you can also able to mention the others. So what it represents? Whatever you mentioned choices till now, other than that, whatever input we got, for all those other input combinations, it will be assigned this particular value to f. So because we know that, so 0 to 15 prime numbers, are 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. Other than these prime numbers, whatever input we applied for that particular prime number detector, the output must be equals to 0. So by means of simply mention others in the last choice, it covers all remaining input combinations. Okay, that means here I covered 7, total 16 input combinations are there. Because of that, for those remaining 9 input combinations, so F will be assigned a value of 0. So that is what it means. So otherwise, if there is no other case means, once again we have to write all those 9 other combinations other than these 7. So but by means of placing others, simply I can able to cover whatever I didn't cover yet. All those must be covered in this particular other state. Okay, so that is what 0 will be assigned to that particular one. Okay, and finally we are supposed to close this particular one by means of using the end prime 4 underscore on. So this is how to write a program for this particular one. So here what I consider is by means of using the selected signal assignment statement. So we developed a program in data flow description style for the prime number detector. So considering that, this is the syntax for that. Okay. So based on that, here the important points you are supposed to remember is while you are writing choices. Okay. So multiple choices also at a time you can able to represent in a single statement by means of separating them with vertical bar, where operation is nothing but our operation it is going to perform. Okay. So next to that, so while coming for choices, in the last choice you can also able to describe the others. By means of that, whatever input options we didn't get covered, all those must be covered in that particular others itself. So by means of that, it simplifies that particular one. And one more point is, so instead of writing this many statements, within using of single statement, 2 statements also we can able to complete. That is, so writing 1 or with 2 or with 3 or with 5 or with 7 or with 11 or with 13. So writing all these choices in a single statement by means of separating with vertical bars. Also you can able to describe in this particular one, and next to that 0 when others. So by means of writing those 2 statements also you can able to mention the data flow description style for this particular prime number detector. Okay. So anyway, in any manner you can able to write, even using of single 2 statements. Okay, using of 2 statements also you can able to describe. For so better understanding purpose, here I divided this particular. Okay, so this is what regarding how to write a program by means in data flow description style by means of using the selected signal assignment statement. Okay, anyway, thank you very much.